Excellency, President of our Republic of Kenya, and one of the first younger elders to be in the council of A.I.C. Milimani. I'm going just to say, in just summarizing, just to thank God for the following 7 things. Time is not on our side. We thank God first for the beginning of Milimani. It's only God who started it, because A.I.C. did not sit to plan this church. It's only God who orchestrated it. 2, we thank God for the unity of this place from the day we cleared the bush up to now. And I was going to ask those who are there to clear the bush to raise their hands from A.I.C. Ziwani, Plainsview, and A.I.C. Kibera, but time will not allow. You can raise your hand if you are among those who are there. Thirdly, I want to thank God. We thank God for the purposeful, visionary leadership God gave to Milimani. On the 17th of April, 1994, a few elders met and requested one of us who was at A.I.C.'s Ziwani to help us. We never voted. And after that, General Lazarus Mbegwa stood up. He said, if this is what God wants, so be it. Thank you, General, for saying those words on that day. And it was like that for 20 years. God has given Milimani leaders who have really steered this church in the right way. And for the last 30 years, we have had only 2 chairmen of council, General Lazarus Mbegwa and IG Dr. David Kimayo, who have led this church for 30 years. Allow me, Reverend Nairobi, to ask those who are there, the first elders council, to raise their hands if they can stand, because I think they did a marvelous job, led by General Sumbegwa. As Mr. Mbole told me this morning, do you still remember the first message? Okay, please stand. Your Excellency, I with humble humility ask you to stand also. He was our elder at that time. And I see Mr. Mbole there. Thank you so much for your service. God bless you, and we thank God for you. The fourth one is to thank God for the pastoral leadership of this church. Reverend Mbuvi was seconded as our first pastor from Ziwani. And also, we want to thank all the leaders, to our Reverend Dr. Mairori. I think Reverend Matthew Okeo was able to sum it up, and Reverend Jose Amite, when they said all of us have been given time to use our talents. And this morning, Kebati said even those who were not born 30 years ago have been helped. Thank you, Pastor. We want to thank our faithful and prayerful ladies. Mr. Davis Ndambuki told me never to forget our ladies. Thank you, ladies. This church has been where it is because of our ladies. Thank you so much. Thank you, young people, for being or doing what you have done. And one young man complained to me the other day that I asked him to push the chairs on that rainy day. 7th, I want to say this. We thank God for his protection. There is one incident I cannot leave this pulpit without saying. And some of you are there. I remember Penny losing your shoe when you were trying to run when it rained very hard. I remember Honorable, our member of parliament at that time from Baringo, Kamuren, walking with one shoe. Some of us were privileged to go to the combi. Even our guest had to run to his combi for shelter. And a lot of women went to the tree which was on this side where the toilet is. After the rain, we went home. Most of us were carrying our shoes. And the ladies stood under a tree. 15 minutes after we left this compound, how many of you know what happened? Yes, General Sumbeyo remembers. The tree fell. And had that tree fallen when it was raining, we would have had so many casualties, but there was not a single soul in this compound. And to me, that was only God who did that. Thank you so much, Reverend Mairori, for the time. And God bless you. We wish you every God's blessing.
Thank you. Let's appreciate Professor. The Lord bless you, Prof.